This is how you save $10,000 in 4 months. If we start today on February 9th, we would end on June 9th. And we will work on a bi-weekly schedule, meaning you get paid every 2 weeks. In this period of time, you would have 9 paychecks. So we want to save $10,000, divide that by 9 paychecks. 10,000 divided by 9. That means you'd have to save $1,112 every time you get paid. Let's check the math. You have 9 pay periods. You're going to save $1,112 every time you get paid. That means you'd save $10,008.
I'm taking it back old school with a mini cash stuffing. So I have £60 and I'm popping this in my tin challenge. This challenge goes from £1 all the way up to £52, and the idea is to save up each number, and at the end you would have £1,275. So I tend to roll up my notes rather than fold them in the hopes that they won't get too creased. But I have ticked off £47 and £13.
Here's a fun way to save $5,000 by using notepads. First, grab yourself a money tin or little box like this one. Second, you're going to label it with your savings goal on top. This year, I'm saving for a wedding dress. Next, grab yourself some highlighters, sticky notes, and a second box. Now for the fun part. It's time to label each note with numbers 1 through to $100, making sure no 2 numbers are the same. You're then going to fold them up and pop them into the second box, making sure to give them a nice big shuffle. You don't want any 2 big numbers next to each other, trust me. Last step is to pull 1 sheet per day for 100 days to save $5K fast. Otherwise, if you don't have that much money like me, you can do what I'm doing, which is pulling 2 sheets per week for 50 weeks. $5K, here we come.
This is how you save $20,000 in 1 year. If we started today, 12/10/22, we would end on 12/10 of 23. And as you requested, we will do a weekly pay schedule. That means in this period of time, you would have 52 paychecks. All we need to do is divide the $20,000 by the amount of paychecks we would have in this period of time. 20,000. That means we would need to save $385 every week in order to save $20,000 in a year's period. Let's check the math. We've got 52 pay periods. We're saving $385. Round up, we'll end up saving $20,020.
How much should you save earning £10 an hour working full-time, roughly 40 hours per week? First of all, let's break down your net pay. So roughly you earn £400 a week, and that's £1,600 per month. Now, according to the 50-30-20 rule, we should all aim to save about 20% of our income, and you can find 20% of any amount by timesing it by 0.2, as I've done here in this example. So to answer your question, if you earn £10 an hour working 40 hours a week, £320 is the amount you want to save each month.
How to save £5,000 in 100 days using the 100 envelope challenge. First, grab the envelopes and label them 1 to 100. Then shuffle and place them in a pile like this. And every day, pick one at random and put that exact amount of money into it. Or just transfer the equivalent amount into your savings. And in 100 days, you'll have £5,050 saved up. Make sure to follow for more money and finance tips.
The best money saving tip I know is offensively simple. Whenever you're about to buy something, look at the item, this phone case, and look at the price. 25 bucks. Then imagine someone walking up to you in that moment and offering you a choice. Free phone case, $25 cash. If you need the phone case, or you really want it, that's what you'll pick. If you don't, you'd go for the cash, in which case you leave this on the shelf, and this goes back in your pocket. Game changer.
3 things you shouldn't be buying until you have the money to do it. And number 1, and I was taught this at a young age, a car is a depreciating asset. It's gonna go down in value every year. Your objective right now is to buy a box and to drive it into the ground. And then one day, if you can really afford a nice car, I didn't get mine until I was way later in life. Number 2, fashion. Fashion changes every season. You do not want to be buying new stuff every season, every year. You will sink so much cash into fashion, it's unbelievable. Try to just buy stuff that's got some staying power, that's gonna look good 3, 4, 5 years in a row. That's key. Number 3, you can't eat every meal at a restaurant. My mother used to try and tell me this. I didn't listen. I did eat every meal at a restaurant. It made it way harder than it needed to. My sister learned how to cook. She saved cash like a champ. That's where it's at.
Here's a savings hack you can use to save money every month. First, choose a color for no spend and no buy days on your calendar. Now mark the days you won't spend money and the days you won't buy coffee or lunch. Do this each month to save over $200.
Here's how to make saving simple. Let's say you want to save $20,000. If you want to do it in 3 months, save $219.20 a day. If you want to do it in 6 months, save $109.60 a day. And if you want to do it in 12 months, save $54.80 a day. Set this up as an automatic transfer and let's get saving.
My biggest money saving hack ever. I get my hair cut and dyed for £5, which is unheard of. Like, I have friends who've paid like £200, £250 to get their hair dyed. What I do is I go to Sassoon academies in central London and they teach other hairdressers from around the world how to do, like, cut hair like Sassoon. So for that teaching they need hair models. So when I first moved here 6 years ago, joined a Facebook group where you just like book on for an appointment, and I've had so many different haircuts because it's so cheap and you can change it all the time. So today I'm going for a haircut and I want you to come with me. So at the minute I've got this sort of like slick back blonde bob, and what I'm going for is a pixie cut. So it's taken about 4 hours, but now I'm out of the hairdresser with a pixie cut. Can you believe it? I'm still trying to figure out how to wear it, but
Moms, this will save you so much money.
The paper towel is soaking up all of that baby oil, baby lotion. I'm just gonna give it some pumps, just like that. Any sort of diaper rash cream with a little bit of that cream. Everything to kind of meld together. Just rub everything in a nice roll. Pull it around a couple times and just set it right at the top. And you're gonna stick your paper towels right on in, just like that. Your very own wipes. Save so much money.
Here are some money saving tips I use to make my life feel more luxurious. Okay, so say you need something from the grocery, but it's just a few items. I like to walk instead of drive because 1, I'm getting in my exercise. 2, it's gonna be heavy as fuck, so you're not gonna buy anything unnecessary. And 3, if you get an iced coffee and you listen to a podcast, it actually feels like you're Dakota Johnson at the farmer's market, more so than a fucking chore. The second thing I do is use ClassPass to book all my Pilates classes. A typical KX Pilates class usually costs around $24 a session. With ClassPass, I actually pay like around $8 a session, which is so much cheaper. But also with castings and shoots, I'm driving all over Melbourne, so it's just a good way for me to not commit to one studio, and then I can sneak in a class before or after a casting. And something about working out with the rich mums of Toorak really just feels so luxurious.
Hi, if you're learning how to save money, here's a tip that I still use to this day that also helps you grow a little bit of money too. So first thing, my savings account is not attached to my checking account, so it's not in the same app, and I cannot easily just transfer the money when I'm out impulsively buying things or if I'm out buying drinks. I have to actually budget the money so I know how much I can spend. And my separate savings account is a high yield savings account, which has a better interest rate than a regular savings account, so your money is making a little money by sitting in there. Since it is in a separate account in a separate bank, it does take at least 1 business day to get. So if I'm going to buy something, it has to be something that I've pre-planned, 1. And 2, it forces me to budget better and yeah, be more thoughtful with how I spend my money.
Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain. La-di-da-di-dee, la-di-da-di-da. Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain. La-di-da-di-dee, la-di-da-di-da.
The new year is fast approaching and you know we need to be in our bag. Every single year we need to take it up a notch, so here's that. This is an easy money hack that anybody can do. It doesn't matter how much you start with. So every day for an entire week, you're going to take the last digit in your current account and transfer it over to your savings account, as you can see. Once you've done that for an entire week and you have the total, which you can see mine is 39 in this example, you're going to times it by 52 weeks. So that's an entire year. That's every single week for an entire year. And that's the amount you're going to have at the end of the year. And if you don't, you need to question yourself as to why and how and where you messed up, because I gave you the blueprint.